Hey everyone, welcome back to the Tonylytics channel. I'm Anthony, and in today's segment of Newbie Review, we are going to be checking out a band out of the UK called Alternative Tales. This band makes music based on fairy tales, and the song that we're going to be checking out today is called Alice Falls, which I'm assuming is going to be on Alice in Wonderland. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. I like Alice in Wonderland. And hopefully you do too. But if you don't, that's okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen to the music, the song particularly, start to finish, and then we're going to kind of break down the vocals, the vocal clarity, the sound quality, the mix, the songwriting, lyrics, the hook, the video, the concept, kind of everything. Then at the end, going to have like a total rating overall. And of course, music is subjective. I am one guy. I love to hear from you individually in the comments below, letting me know what you think of this band. But if you're new here, like always, hit that subscribe button down below, and also just suggest some new artists around the world that you would like me to review and put on one of these segments. But we're not going to waste any more time. Let's get going.
Once upon a time, a girl called Alice explored a mysterious Wonderland. This, however, isn't your traditional fairy tale. It is an alt-T story, and it goes something
I like the art book.
This.
Oh, that's cool. A lyric video? I don't usually watch lyric videos, but let's see.
She follows whispers through the trees.
That's good voice right there.
A rabbit shadow calls her name. The air grows thick, the world won't ease. A Madden game, no rules remain.
This is good storytelling.
Down the spiral, twisting tight.
Yeah.
Where time and reason lose their hold. The queen commands, her grip is night. Her throne is black, her crown is cold. Cards will cut, the clock will spin. A riddle hides what lies within. Fall, fall into
That's good.
the hollow ground. A world of mirrors where lies resound. Run, run as the shadows play. The Cheshire Grin won't fade away.
I like that. The Cheshire Green won't fade away.
The madness slips through every hand.
I'm gonna pause right here. So, when I heard about this band, the concept of making songs based on fairy tales just kind of reminded me of Ice Nine Kills, making songs based on horror films. Now, the irony here is that last bit there, the madness slips through every hand, where the music kind of cuts off and he's just carrying those lyrics through to the very end of the chorus. Just kind of reminds me of Spencer and how he writes his choruses. So it's just, again, another similarity. I just thought I'd throw that out there. So far, so good. I'm liking this artwork. I like the art book. It's pretty clever. Just flipping the pages and you're getting the story of Alice in Wonderland, but sung to you in like this really unique flavor. I'm liking it so far. So I'm just going to swing back just a little bit to the chorus just so you can catch what I'm saying right here.
The madness slips through every hand.
It just sounded a little bit like Spencer. I don't know.
The hatter laughs, his tea turns red.
Nice. Good lyrics, you know?
Broken cup, a shattered tune.
The piano in the background.
Caterpillar's words are dread. Each question hides a darker moon. The Jabberwock's breath cuts the air. Its gaze ignites the crooked path. But Alice walks her heart away. This wonderland conceals its wrath. Cards will cut, the clock will spin. A riddle hides what lies within. Fall, sit in the hollow ground. A world of mirrors where lies resound.
I'm gonna get this stuck in my head. I can hear it.
As the shadows play, the Cheshire grin won't fade away. Dream, dream in a fraction land. The madness slips through every hand.
Who makes this artwork, I'm wondering? It's pretty cool. Nice. Nice short bridge. I like that.
Fate the cards have made.
This is so clever. This is so clever.
Strikes 13 shadows call. In Wonderland she'll lose it all.
In Wonderland, she'll lose it all. I love that, man. So clever. Well written.
For through the looking glass she'll fade. A twisted fate the cards have made. The clock strikes 13 shadows call. In Wonderland she'll lose it all.
That was great. I was not expecting this. This is great.
Hey guys, it's Ben and Sarah from Alternative Tales. Thank you so much for watching our Alice Falls lyric video. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you for making
Just
this.
to let you know, you can now listen to our song on your favourite streaming platform.
Also, if you'd like to download any of the artwork from this video as a wallpaper on your phone, visit our website, link in description. You can also keep up to date with any new releases and find our merch over there if you want to support us.
Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next track coming soon.
Awesome. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm definitely giving this a thumbs up and probably subscribing to this channel as well. This is great. Yeah, very, very new band. 25 subscribers. They're fresh off the press, hot off the press. That's the saying, right? Hot off the press. Yeah, I think so. Wow. Yeah. So it's time to rate the band. So to start off with the sound quality, I'm guessing that this couple, if that's all there is for band members or just these two, then absolutely impressive. However they work together, they're doing something right. They making really good sounding music, and that's, I think, the most important thing is sounding good first, right? So first off, I think overall this band is awesome. I really do like what they have here. It's very original. It's very interesting. I'm not a big fan of lyric videos. However, I really liked this, and I just liked how the story pages were turning, and it was carrying you from start to finish of Alice in Wonderland, sung through their own version, and I just thought that was really, clever, really interesting, and I thought the lyrics were really well done. So let's get going with the ranking and how I rated between a 1 and 5. So sound quality, we'll start with that. I think out of a 5, I will give it a 3.9, just because some of the vocals sounded like there was too much carving out of the frequencies, and maybe it was too many VSTs, virtual sound technologies, on top of the vocals that weren't making the vocals as natural as I think they could have sounded. I think the singer has a great voice, and I just wanted to hear more of that in a natural format. And also the cymbals and guitar frequencies were kind of clashing together. I think that was as far as like the mixing goes. So they're probably in the same hertz range, and however the equalizers were set up or were adjusted afterwards, they kind of just mudded together instead of separating them. And so I think if as they continue to develop and they continue to record music, I think they're gonna just craft that better. If I'm guessing that they did this, themselves, like they recorded themselves. And if they did record this all on their own, then this is really impressive, because my recordings that I've done of myself sound absolutely terrible. This is way better than what I've done for myself. So just so we're aware, I'm very critical, and just in general, I'm very critical of myself, and I don't think I could make a recording as good as what Alternative Tales have done. So yeah, so next we're going to go to the lyrics. 1 to 5, I'm giving the lyrics a 5. I think the lyrics definitely stood out to me as very clever writing. And I say that because the lyricist of whoever was writing the lyrics actually did describe the story and gave lots of good visual mental images. And that's in songwriting, that's what, is taught to a lot of songwriters, is if you can paint the image in their heads through the lyrics and actually have them visualize what you're singing, then you're doing something well. You hear that a lot in country. They describe the color, they describe the type of jeans or the truck, or what time of the day it is, and just as descriptive as possible, so you can really put yourself in the singer's shoes. So they do that pretty well. Fall into hollow ground, a world of mirrors where it lies resound. It's very poetic, but it's Alice in Wonderland. So that's kind of the trick that they did, right? They connected the story, the fairy tale, with the song. So, and that's just it's very creative, and it's a good concept. The Cheshire grin won't fade away. Dream in a fractured land. It's wordplay. It's really good wordplay, but it's not just lyrics thrown all around the place just to rhyme. It's well placed. So I give the lyrics a 5 out of 5. So the vocals, I'm going to say, is a 4.5. And I say this because the vocalist has great range, and he is very creative with vocal layering. The amount of the vocal layers that I've heard in several spots were just very well put. One of the sections, the only thing I would have maybe changed or maybe have adjusted was the section leading into the chorus. I would have probably carried that last note and maybe blended it in a nice transition into the chorus, because once when the chorus first hit, it kind of seemed very not cut and pasty, but very separated from the rest of the song at the very beginning. And it's not like, per se, you can do something like that live where you can just kind of carry on a note and then have then sing the chorus. It's not possible. But post-production quality, that's the kind of thing producers will put in their artists' songs afterwards. It's post-production stuff like that to just kind of glue those sections together. So the verse, the bridge, and the choruses, those just to bridge those a little bit with some of those post-production sounds. But great range, very great at vocal layering, very creative, and I really like the voice of the singer. So it's a 4.5 to me. Vocal clarity, I'm going to put at a 5 because you can understand every single word that was sung. And there's too many artists, too many bands I've heard that they sound great, they're hitting all the keys, but you don't really understand what they're saying. So I'm going to give this one a 5 as far as vocal clarity. As far as hook, I'm going to give a 4.2 just because the first half of the chorus, I was definitely like, boom, this is awesome. And then after the second half of the chorus, it kind of peeled a little bit away from the hook that my brain was kind of starting to get used to. The brain doesn't like to work harder than it has to. It likes repetitiveness, and that's why a lot of people that resort to complaining, for instance, a lot. They'll continue to keep complaining about everything in life because the brain resorts back to what it's used to. And that's, cognitive distortion. But the same concept goes when we're just listening to music and we don't want too much to pay attention to, right? So when we hear a certain harmony, we hear a certain hook, we want to kind of hear that same hook again, kind of replay in our mind. And I thought the chorus was very catchy of itself. So that first half, I was just like absolutely thrilled. And then I think the second half, it was kind of drifting away from what I was just kind of expecting, waiting for. Not to say that you want predictability, you do want some surprise in music, right? You don't want everything to be just predictable. But there is like a kind of a point where it's not bad to just have a little familiarization in the sound. But so for the hook, I'm going to give it a 4.2. For video, believe it or not, I'm going to give it a 4.5 just because, I'm not a big fan of lyric videos. And honestly, any other lyric video besides this, I probably would have given like a 2.5 or 2 because I just don't like lyric videos. But this was a very creative lyric video. And I mean very creative. I mean, I really enjoyed seeing the scrapbook, not scrapbook, but like the art book of all these visual images that played during the song as we were going from verses to choruses to it just seemed very much just very fluent. So I really appreciated that. So yes, video, it's gonna be a 4.5. As for the overall concept, I think the concept's a 5 out of 5. I really enjoy the fairy tale storytelling through songs. I want all these songs now sung to me, and all these stories sung to me. So yeah. But with all that said, I'm going to give this song an overall Tonylytics score of 4.5 stars. But of course, I am one person. Music is subjective. Like I've said before, I want to hear from you guys in the comments below what you think of this artist, and then also continue to recommend other new artists around the world for me to review and bring on to this segment. But that is all for this video. Thank you for checking out the Tonylytics channel. I'm Anthony, and until next time, take care.